It's a crisp fall day, the perfect time for planting some bulbs. So let's bulb. Let's bulb. Let's bulb. Let's bulb. So here's the rundown. We've got this path coming from my house up to the woods up there. This is sort of a area used as a walking path, and in the springtime it's really cool because I've planted, I think it was something like 100 2 years ago, about 200 last year, and then this year I bought 450 daffodil bulbs to plant along this path. I've been scattering them all about for the last couple years, but this year I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna take those and basically do just like 2 patches. I'm gonna do on either side of the path here, up on this sort of, I don't know if you can tell, there's like a little bit of a hill going up. On either side of that little hillside, I'm gonna plant most of the bulbs. But basically I'm just wanting to make 2 big patches of daffodils on either side of the path here, and then eventually get that going all the way down to where when these things are blooming in the spring, it's just a huge open full area of daffodils, and it should look really cool. So that's the plan for today. I'm gonna mow the little like sections that I want to do the bulbs in. All this tall grass is just kind of a pain to work around, so I'm just gonna mow it. The little Troy built here, the little mower's been a trooper. I'm pretty hard on the old girl, but she gets the job done. So let's do that. Let's mow some little spots for some bulbs, eh? Well, there you go. We get to see a guy try to mow with the bagger and the side discharge on at the same time.
And idiots are dumb.
And yes, I know that the push mower was not the best tool to use for this job, but I usually try to operate with the equipment that I have instead of the stuff I wish I had. Usually works out a little bit better for me. And like a dude was commenting just recently on my video where I was using an electric jackhammer, and he was like, why didn't you use a pneumatic or like a backhoe or something to get that rock out of there? You're wasting your time and energy on that jackhammer. And I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? I should just gone and got the freaking pneumatic out of the garage. It's just sitting there collecting dust. So last year I tried to use a plugger for a little bit. I showed you in my video. It just was not working out very well at all. It's really hard to get the dirt out of that thing, and the grass or the soil is so rocky here that this auger just makes quick work out of planting a bunch of bulbs. It's been my best friend for the past couple of fall bulb plantings. Something else we did last year was we put bone meal in all the holes with the bulbs because that was supposed to be like good for them and help them to grow. But I'm pretty sure all it did was lead the deer or other critters, whatever, like bulbs, right to the spots where the bulbs were, because they would actually dig it up. It looked like they had dug up the spot where the bulb was and then just like left the bulb, because these deer, whatever else is digging these up, don't seem to like daffodils, so they don't eat them. But the bone meal made them think there was something delicious in the hole, and then they found the daffodil bulb and they were upset and they just left it laying there, so that one didn't end up growing. It seems to me that daffodils are like the Bermuda of the flower world. You just kind of plant them and leave them alone, and they'll kind of do their own thing, and they'll spread and they'll grow pretty well without a whole lot of maintenance. That's why I like them. We're actually going to plant even more daffodils down here by the house, over by Sweet Oak Hollow, around in some flower beds, and definitely in the front. Also getting a bunch of tulips, more hyacinths. I really like those. The hyacinths are really cool. Something new that we haven't tried called anemones. I'm not going to do any crocuses this year because the deer loved those last winter. They just gobbled them right up. Anyway, so more bulb fun down here by the house at some point. So the holes are looking pretty systematic right now. They're just all in rows, and it's not going to look amazing when the bulbs pop up. My wife was pointing that out. It would look better if they were kind of random, but I didn't have a great way to be able to tell where I had been if I just started to go random over this area, because once they kind of dry out, all you see is just dirt, and it's sort of hard to tell exactly where you've been. So this was my solution. They'll spread out and fill in this whole area, and I want to have just a huge patch, a big daffodil garden, and then it'll eventually spread out to where we can divide those things up. You can dig them up and divide the bulbs once they multiply, and then I want to spread it that way. I want to kind of go that direction with it as much as I can until we have just a huge patch of daffodils all over this area. That's the goal. Probably going to take a handful of years anyway, so we'll get there. Alright, so it's a week later. I've got about 120 bulbs left to go. Hopefully I can finish today. I've got my battery's all charged, and so we should be able to wrap it up. Left tool. What's up?
Just left Grandma's, or just leaving. I'm on 59. Just left Grandma's end of the house.
Okay, I'm gonna plant 36 more bulbs, and then I'll be over there.
All right, bye.
Bye. Well, I counted them. 36. Gotta go over and help left tool move. Whew. Let's do this thing. Alright, record-setting pace for that last 36. So I'm gonna go over there and help left tool move some stuff. I'll take you guys over there with me. Come on. I feel like old Alan Hain riding over to left tool's house. Hey, it's the Neff Tools! What's up, Neff Tools? Hey! Thanks! I think the tires are flat. What's up? There he is. These YouTube folks heard you had some news for them.
Is this live?
No.
Researchers, a recent study by scientists has revealed that. And you thought researchers were just a bunch of nerds.
So Left Tool, I hear you had some news for us.
Which one?
The Instagram fans heard last night, but the YouTubers don't know yet.
Oh. Yeah, I bought me a new washer and dryer over here.
Yeah. All right, who are you? Who are you and what are you doing here?
Hello, I'm Abby.
What's your new name?
Oh, I'm future Mrs. Left Tool.
Future Mrs. Left Tool? Congratulations! What the heck was that? Well, they took out this big concrete block here, and hey, get out of my yard! Hey! These are pretty neat. You're gonna have some nice stepping stones going right up into the porch. Hey, someone get this tool out of my yard! Well, that didn't take too long. Got one load of stuff into the garage. I guess he's not taking it into the house yet because they're still touching up paint or something on the inside. So he should be moving in officially soon. Hey, I haven't showed you guys the front of my hat yet. This is my new hat. You're gonna like it. Neff Tools! Ah! The Neff Tools and Itty Bitty Tool live over here. And they've got an air pump. All right, so here, I'll show you the hat real quick. Check that out. What do you think? You like that? Yeah, pretty neat, huh? Call that the Lawn Nation hat. No, Grass Nation? Grass Nation hat. Anyway, I'll link up the merch store there at the bottom. You go check it out. Now let me take these Neff tools in some basketball real quick. Huh? What do you think? You think you can take me?
No.
2-on-1. Let's go. Oh no, he's oh, that. Get at me, bros. Neff tools ain't got nothing on me.